I'm in Lisbon, Portugal, helping an amazing restaurant concept launch their hospitality mindset training program, leadership development, and training the trainer program. But a big question I get asked all the time is, how come I have such a hard time training my staff and keeping them motivated? And I'll tell you exactly why. There's a simple thing that you're missing. I'm going to show you how to do it, and I'm actually show you how to implement it into your restaurant and how to keep it in your restaurant. Because I'm sure you implement things all the time and they don't stick. I'm going to show you how to stick it, okay? So it works like this. The thing they're missing the most is pre-shifts or briefings. Now, there's three things that they're missing when it comes to pre-shifts or briefings. Three problems I see all the time, and tell me if you identify with them. One, they're non-existent. Two, they're inconsistent. And three, they're not structured properly. I'm going to go over all three of those. So first of all, they're non-existent. If you're not doing pre-shifts or briefings, you're doing yourself a huge disfavor, and your restaurant a huge disfavor, your employees a huge disfavor. Most importantly, your guests. You're doing your guests a huge disfavor, okay? Pre-shifts and briefings are very powerful tools if they're used correctly to really, really train your staff at a very high level to get them bought in, to get them motivated, and get them working. The second problem is they're inconsistent. All right, we don't do them every day. We try and do them once a week. We do them when we can. Sometimes we're too busy. We have staggered in times. We only do them with certain staff, or we try and get the staff together. Whatever it is, pre-shifts or briefings to work at the high level have to be consistent, okay? You have to be every single day, and they have to be with every single employee. Staggered in times, doesn't matter. I have employees that come in at 4, 5, and 6, doesn't matter. I individually pre-shift them. Now, a lot of people say, well, what if I get all three people that come in? Say I have 4, 5, and 6 p.m. shifts that come in. At 6 p.m., I'll gather everyone together and we'll do one big pre-shift. That's not going to work. And the problem is because the 4 and 5 p.m. employees are going to start having tables or might get sat and they're distracted. You want your pre-shift to be 100% uninterrupted, full, undivided attention. Otherwise, they're not going to work, okay? That's how they're powerful. If you want your staff to take this training serious, you have to take it serious. We have to have that dedication. I need you fully present. I need you fully engaged and fully committed to this pre-shift, right? It could only be 5 minutes. All you have to do is take 5 minutes. If it starts at 6 o'clock, the shift starts at 6 o'clock, they don't go on the floor until 6:05. First of all, it helps them stay accountable for being on time. And second of all, they don't get on the floor until 6:05. It doesn't matter if it's busy. It doesn't matter if the shift's burning down. We're spending that 5 minutes. We're pre-shifting properly no matter what. Once that becomes a part of your system in your restaurant, you're going to see instant results almost overnight. It happens that fast because you're getting people bought in, you're being consistent with your messaging, and you're actually training them. And the third thing is they're not structured right, okay? They're not structured at all. So first of all, you want your pre-shift structured. Now, the first thing you want to remember, a very important thing you want to remember is that pre-shifts are not informational. They're trainings, okay? We're not giving them information, we're training them, meaning we're not telling them what we're out of. We're not telling them 86 items. We're not telling them how many reservations we have. That's important stuff to know, but we could put that on the wall somewhere where they clock in and they're required to write that information down in a notepad. What we need to do with those precious times we have with pre-shifting, those precious 5 minutes, is we need to make sure that we're actually training them, which means we're focusing on training things that need to be done, right? Let's just say they're not pre-busing correctly. Then we need to make sure that we're talking about pre-busing and why it's important, and not just talking at them, but we're actually asking them questions. Are you pre-busing? When's the last time you pre-bust? What's your strategy on pre-busing? How do you pre-bust? Do you say anything to the guests? Do you lean over? When do you do it? Do you ever have problems not doing it? What are your issues when you can't do it? Do you understand how important it is? We're asking them questions. We're asking them to be involved. We're asking them to get into the program with us so they can understand why they're doing it. And as we train them, we're going to make that a weekly training, right? So pre-busing is a topic of conversation that we're training on. Then we're going to do that for a whole week. Every manager is going to pre-shift or brief the entire staff, every single one of them, individually if they have to, but every single one of them individually about pre-busing. It's going to be all about that for an entire week. You might have some people that you're pre-shifting or briefing 3 times in a row individually about pre-busing, and they're going to say, Preston, I get it. Thank you. Yes, you said this twice already. Okay, good. That means we've won. That means they understand. They know what we're asking for. And it's crystal clear. Every staff member has to be crystal clear on this. And so that way moving forward, they start getting involved. They start actually doing it. They start actually executing. But we have to do this, okay? Every week it changes. What are we struggling with now? We're getting a lot of reviews saying that people don't know about the pricing, or people aren't being asked if it's their first time, or people are saying that it takes too long to get their check. Whatever it is, I'm giving random examples. But we focus on those things that we need to work on, and then we make that the focal point of the pre-shift or the briefing in that moment, okay? We make it that for 7 days. Every single manager is following the same template, the same instructions, and they're executing the same way. It's interactive, energy-filled pre-shifts. Energy-filled. If you're not energetic as a manager when you're pre-shifting, you failed. They're not going to pay attention. They're going to doze off. They're going to zone out. You have to keep their attention. You have to be energetic. Guess what? I did pre-shifts when it was a Monday night and we had 2 covers. but I brought it with a lot of energy. We still have to bring that energy with one employee. Still have to do it. Get them involved, get them motivated, get their blood flowing, get the pre-shift done right. If you're starting off their pre-shift with low energy, hey guys, so we have 2 covers on the books. It's gonna be so nice. Just trying to stay busy. If you could clean, that'd be helpful. If you have any questions, let me know. Here to support you. Got your back. Okay. What are they gonna do? They're gonna be falling asleep during that shift. They're gonna be waiting for it to exit, waiting for it to leave. We say, hey guys, we have 2 covers tonight. We wanna make sure we focus on those 2 covers tonight, right? That's gonna be a big deal. Now, again, we're not talking about covers and pre-shifts. We're talking about trainings. We're talking about systems. I was giving you an example, but we really wanna focus on those things, okay? So make a list with your management team tomorrow and say, what do we need to focus on? What is our staff not doing? What are they struggling with? Let's make that list and let's put something in progress tomorrow on the pre-shifting and briefing. We're doing every single employee, every single day, no matter what, doesn't matter how busy it is. This is a requirement. We're doing with energy, we're interacting with the staff, and we're actually reporting back. We have a spreadsheet, which I've included down below, that we're gonna fill out afterwards saying, how did the pre-shift go? What was your reactions? And did you see any improvements? And then we're gonna have the tools, because what gets measured gets managed. Now that we're measuring it, we have to manage it. Why aren't they responding? Are they responding? Is it working? Is it not working? Let's figure it out and then start fine tuning it. But this is how you take things to the next level with your restaurant with consistent training.